What's wrong, Cormac? You look even worse than usual.
Of course I do. My city's on the verge of destruction.
Oh, is that all?
What else would it be?
There's something to ponder.
Oh, you two. By the way, let me get you guys in, so there we go. Anyway, hey guys, welcome back to Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls. As we are now in that expansion, you may notice a couple things have changed. First off, you may notice that my level is now 69. And that is because I actually went back and I replayed Act 4, not once, but twice. That's right. I went back after the end of the last video and I replayed all of Act 4 twice. But not just replayed it, I actually decided to try out Master Difficulty. And I was able to pull it off twice, to the point where I think we may stay on Master Difficulty for the rest of the playthrough. If you're wondering, well, if you did it on Master, did you get some good loot? Yes and no. Sadly, after I beat Diablo for the third time, I did not get a legendary when I beat him, which was disappointing. But I do have well, let's see. I've kind of replaced some of my things. You know, here are some of the things I have, like this and this. Still have Monster Hunter. Have better shoulder pads, gloves. So not much has changed in terms of my equipment, sadly. I was hoping to get some much better loot by doing those runs, but what are you gonna do, right? So anyway, one of the main why did I do that? Because some of you are going, well, was that the only reason that you did it, so you could level up and get loot? No, the main reason why I did that is because being the lore nerd that I am, I was wanting to get much more of the lore. I realized you can't get all of the lore with one character in one run-through. You need to actually replay acts if you want to get all the lore books, because it will know, okay, you have these lore books, but you don't have these, so the next time you go to this area where there was a lore book before, now it'll be a different lore book. So, let me get back to show you guys. There are a couple there, so let's see. I'm going to try and see if I can remember all the different ones that I found. I was mainly just wanting to get the ones from Act 4. Let's see if I can... so here's 3 of the ones that I was looking for. Ethereal talks about the destiny of the Nephilim in these 3 separate lore journals.
My scroll has shown me many things. Beginnings, ends, and the endless chains of circumstance that bind them. I see no sunrise without seeing its sunset, no budding flower without its wilted ruin, no event without its appropriate and inevitable consequence. But there is one thing I cannot see, the Nephilim. Angels and demons are bound to their natures. Demons are given to chaos and deceit, angels to truth and order. That much is known. Some angels, like Inarius and Isual, have fallen, but the seed of goodness remains within them, like a fading star in the lonely night. The Nephilim alone have choice.
So that is one reason why Imperius does not like us, because he doesn't like that we have that choice. And we're going to learn more about that, about how other angels, including Malthael, and some of the angels that work for Malthael feel about that. But he does say that, like Inarius and Isual, remember him, Tyrael's former lieutenant, they got corrupted and they fell, but they weren't necessarily evil. Here's part 3.
I know nothing of Nephilim. My duties leave me no time to watch them, and I have no desire to follow Tyrael on his troubled path. But if the threads of fate should bring them here, how enlightening it would be. These creatures dwell outside the Order. They cannot fathom the freedom they possess.
So, there you go, and we already heard that. Let's see if I can... So, we do also have parts 1 and 2 of a journal by Urzael, who is working for Malthael here in Westmarch. Here's part 1.
After years of my pleading, the Angiris Council has finally agreed to send me in search of Malthael. I will not fail in this, as my master's presence is sorely needed in the high heavens. Owing to Malthael's growing fascination with the humans, Tyrael has suggested I begin my search on Sanctuary.
It's kind of funny that he would think he would need a suggestion, because there's really only 3 places he could look: Heaven, Hell, and Sanctuary. So unless Malthael somehow went to Hell and is just chilling there and the Lords of Hell are just cool with that, you would think maybe he's in Sanctuary. Or maybe he's somewhere that none of those 3 places have? Or somewhere that maybe exists in one of those realms and no one knows it exists? Anyway, here's part 2.
I did not find Malthael on Sanctuary, but I did find humans. Far too many of them. They murder and cheat one another while allowing their brothers to starve. If their true power is ever released, we are all doomed. They have a choice between good and evil, and they overwhelmingly choose evil.
Alright, so that's what Urzael feels about us. Let's see if I can find the others that I found. Creation of Sanctuary. I think I found parts 1, 2, and 3 during the playthrough, if I recall. But I had to go back and get part 4, so here's part 4.
In the end, Lilith was banished, and Inarius was given over to the demons, who have tortured him in the hells ever since. Most of Inarius's followers were killed. Those who remained shared an even darker fate. Despite the tragedy, I believe the Nephilim may yet play a part in resolving the eternal conflict.
So there you go, with Blizzard possibly hinting that maybe in the next expansion of this game, or maybe even in the next game, because I absolutely anticipate a Diablo 4 at some point, that we as the Nephilim heroes will be able to play a role in resolving the eternal conflict. Will it be good or bad? Who knows? We'll discuss this possibly more so in the credits. Now let me see. No, not there. I found the other 2 Archangel journals here. The one about Malthael and the one about Tyrael. Let's hear about Tyrael first.
Tyrael, the Archangel of Justice, is a being of balance and integrity. His compassion for mankind has compromised his standing within the Angiris Council. He alone recognizes the Nephilim's capacity to transcend their divided heritage and become the true champions of creation.
Which is why he is so awesome. And let's hear about the former Archangel that we now have to face in this act, Malthael.
Much uncertainty surrounds the Archangel Malthael. Once the calm guiding hand of wisdom, he was lost to us the moment the World Stone disappeared. Unable to fathom that catastrophic event, he abandoned heaven. His departure created a colossal fracture within the Council, one that, to this day, remains unrepaired.
So, of course, as I, have mentioned before, I went over some of those things in the first 8 parts of this playthrough about some of those things, about the World Stone and those. So, I believe that is all. Yep, I believe so, yep. So, yeah, those were the lore books that I was able to get redoing Act 4 twice. There's one more lore book, but for some reason I could not find it in the third time I played it, the one I just recently completed, going through it, and I looked everywhere, and I just could not find it. So, I don't know. I would have to redo that again on my own time at some point if I wanted to get all that. But there's some extra lore for you there, and I'm sure we will find plenty more lore in this act. But as you can see, before we can get to any of that, we have a lot of conversations to go through. A lot of people want to talk to us. Let's start off with our buddies here, the companions who have been with us this whole time. Cormac, Lyndon, and Irena. Let's start with Cormac. Ooh, are you uneasy?
Cormac, you seem troubled.
For too long have I lived with the knowledge that my order tortures its initiates and twists their minds. I need to know how high this evil reaches. If my whole order is corrupt, what does it mean to be a Templar? What am I?
An honorable man who dedicated himself to a cause he believed righteous.
But it wasn't, was it? The guilty will answer for their transgressions. I swear it.
Aww, poor Cormac. I mean, the cause sounds righteous. Perhaps it just got corrupted over time, or the people running it are misusing it. Perhaps we'll learn more. Lyndon, let's catch up.
Well, the world's under attack and people are dying everywhere. Must be time for us to go on another adventure, right?
Mm-hmm. Very little to say. Alright, Cormac, Irena. Westmarch.
It is good to see you again, though it seems like we are only brought together in the worst of circumstances. But I suppose if times were better, we would never have met.
Ooh, the survivor. Wait, did we talk to her about this?
Have any memories returned to you?
Yes, faintly. My sisters and I were once mere servants in the house of a great Vigera lord.
Oh yeah, we did talk
And
about
he
this.
taught you to wield magic?
No, I began reading his spell books out of curiosity and teaching magic to my sisters. Tricks, really. It was amusing for a time, but then I learned that he had begun to summon demons.
By the way, in case you're expecting any combat in this video, I doubt it, because there's so many conversations we got to go through here in camp. This could be a video just of conversations. But hey, for those of you who like the conversations of the characters and the lore, hope you enjoy. Ooh, the
For a
survivor.
moment, I heard one of my sister's voices. I could not make out the words.
Each day, I feel the weight of every Crusader who has borne my name. So I think I understand your burden.
My sisters are gone now, and I am the last memory of a world long since forgotten.
You do not know why your sisters died. That is why they stay with you.
Aww. Alright. Ooh, hello, Emily.
I can't believe we're still alive, and it's all thanks to you. I thought we would die in that foul-smelling place.
You're welcome. Ooh.
He saved my brother at Bastion's Keep.
Well, whoever said that, I saved a lot of people at Bastion's Keep. Lord Harold Snow? Any relation to Jon Snow, by the way? Marital disharmony?
Did you grab the jewelry at least?
Harold, those monsters were about to kill us.
Well, I would rather be dead than poor.
Wow. Really? You know what? I can help you with that if you just give me the word. Wow. I'd rather be dead than poor. What a jerk. And he's yelling at his wife for that, for not grabbing any jewels or money. Come on. I'll be like, lady, what did you ever see in him? Ooh. Are you kidding me? Another little girl is a merchant in this camp.
Need to kill something?
Just like the girl back in Chaldeum. Oh, man. What is with these little girls being merchants? Don't be grown-ups yet, be little girls. But then again, the world's coming to an end, so... Then again, when is the world not coming to an end here, right? I mean, when is the world not ending, am I right? Ooh, covetous Shen. Lyria? Who is Lyria?
Did you know there were once two moons? Lyria is the one that is no more. I think it's time I told you the whole story of Zai and his master, the god of desire.
Are we finally gonna get a story?
Burgess.
You mean you were ready to tell your version of the truth?
Dirge's jewel has appeared again, and the time for secrets is over.
Then you're finally ready to tell me if you were a god?
And again he dodges the question. Come on, Shen!
There was a great gem market here in Westmarch. I spend many a carefree day browsing the aisles. To think that I will never again see all those happy little stalls, those rows of jewels, and those gem cutters.
Huh. By the way, now that I'm playing on Master, and I think I can show this to you guys, look at this. Look at the difference between Expert. 150 bounties, but on Master, it's 225, and Imperial gems can drop from level 61 and higher monsters. That's what would happen if I switch to Torment. New legendary items become available at level 70 and higher legendary drop rate than on the previous difficulty. But I'm not really confident yet about playing on Torment. From what I've heard, especially if you go to higher Torment levels, which I'm not sure if I'm ready to do yet, it gets pretty crazy, especially if you're doing it solo. If you're playing with other people, it becomes a little easier. But because I'm playing this solo for the purposes of showing the story, I think either, we'll probably stick here at Master, but if it gets a little too difficult in this act, then maybe I'll just go back down to Expert. So I'll deal with the gems later. Right now we have conversations to get to. Lord Vermilion.
I know who was responsible for this. It's the poor.
The poor?
They've summoned these monstrosities to take Westmarch for themselves.
Okay, now that guy is paranoid and has got all his priorities wrong and mixed up.
Everything you require, right here.
The Grand Venture. Ooh, not bad, not bad, not bad at all. Anything else? Not really. Hey, Drig. What's up, man? Strange sounds.
What's that noise?
Ooh, something appeared on my mini-map. Is that where the noise is coming from? Well, I'll check that out in a second. What's that noise? Thoughts?
Is there anything on your mind, Hadrig?
I was wondering what you thought of Westmarch, Arena.
It is a fascinating city. So grey and dark, yet there is old magic running through parts of it. Magic from the east.
Huh. Alright. Let me check something. I'm going to go ahead and walk all the way around this square area, see if there are any conversations that I could miss. Ivy?
We stayed to fight, Robert and me. But he fell. And when they started to tear into him, I panicked. I ran.
Aww.
You did what you could.
Poor woman. That's so sad. Oswin.
At long last, a hero comes to save us. That won't bring my wife back, though, will it?
No, but, you may want... May I introduce you to Ivy over here? I mean, she is single. I mean, I'm just saying. Well, whoops, I thought he was the merchant. Sorry, pal. Powell, the miner. Uh-huh. Heft prowess. Oh, dexterity. Pfft. That's something like maybe a monk would use. That kind of weapon with dexterity. Alright, let me walk around. Check if there are any other possible conversations in these corners or so. Because I know there are conversations more so up there towards where Tyrael is, but... Ah! See, there's one here in the corner. I almost missed out on this one. Elaine.
I found him in the streets. He seemed in a daze, so I brought him here with me, but he's hardly said anything. He's nobility of some sort, but I don't recognize the seal on his ring.
Huh.
The flames.
The flames? Well, he was covered in soot. Perhaps he escaped from a fire. He never says more than a word or two at a time.
Huh. Interesting.
Duncraig is just death in horror. I thought I'd be safe here, but we've nowhere left to hide.
Don't worry, you'll be safe here. I'll protect all of you. Ooh. Oh, hello. Diadra? Ooh, the history of Westmarch, Part 1.
Westmarch originally grew from the efforts of the great General Rakis to spread his religion beyond the realms of the East. Seized by the superstitions of the Zakarum faith, he drove his paladins relentlessly across the barbaric western lands, subduing the uncivilized tribes he found there. Ultimately, he became king of them all.
You can imagine that not only does this definitely pertain or like have relevance to your Crusader, but also definitely if you bring your barbarian to town, because I can imagine he or she is not too happy about some of these, considering what about that history.
Help! You can't even hear me, can you?
Oh, someone's trapped in here. I'll save you. Whoa! Hey, hey, hey! No, 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 no! Get away from him! Bryson? So that's what Hadrig heard. He heard this guy.
Someone came for me. After all this time.
A cranky blacksmith named Hadrig was complaining about the noise.
Bloody miracle! Sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I owe you both.
Come with me. It's safe, and we've still got a little food.
Nice. We saved someone. In this act, you feel like a real hero. That you're actually helping save people. Hey, Hadrig, guess what? Oh, see, now a conversation popped up with him. A new companion.
Remember that noise I heard? It was that lad you rescued.
Uh-huh, I know.
I'm Bryson. I came here to see your friend.
And now he won't go away.
You saved his life. You're stuck with him now.
He is. I'm going to repay Hadrig by helping him with his work.
Oh, how nice of you.
I told you to stay away from my forge.
Oh, be nice, Hadrig. Give him a chance.
I grew up over by the docks. Not the good part of town, but it's what my parents could afford. They died when the plague swept through a few years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hours of each other. Like they had to stay together. I used to hate them for leaving me, but now it's a relief they didn't have to see all this happen.
Oh, wow. Well, at least now you and Hadrig have each other. Alright, let's talk to this lady over here who had the satchel. Diablo the Scholar.
My library isn't far from here. I was closing everything up for the day when I heard the fighting in the streets. I barred the doors and then squeezed through the back window to escape.
Wow.
But I'll have to come up with something more exciting when I write my official account, won't I?
Oh, yes. Of course, we must have all this written down. Oh, oh.
You've heard the legend of the Tomb of Rakis, haven't you?
Uh-huh.
Its location has never been found. Most scholars think it's underneath Westmarch, but I suspect it's somewhere outside the city. Rakis was a clever man, after all.
Ironically, that's actually where Tyrael was planning to have the Black Soul Stone buried before Malthael showed up. You know, in that kind of general area.
Fall not to corruption.
Okay. Ooh, wait, we can talk to the Soul Stone sliver? Okay, so apparently Malthael can talk through it. Or wait, so is this like that orb from Lord of the Rings? Like, can he look back and see us while we look into it? You fool of a Took! Lorath Nar. So you're one of the new members of the Horadrim, are you?
I've heard of the Horadrim, but I thought they were long gone.
Tyrael rebuilt the Order to help him take the Soul Stone from heaven, and to protect mankind.
Mm-hmm.
After all, you can't be everywhere at once, no matter how powerful you are.
Like I said, all the details about that, it's all in the book Storm of Light. Check it out. I plan to someday, at some point. Alright, let's talk to Tyrael about the Sliver and about Malthael.
Malthael, my brother. He was wisdom, leader of our council, first among angels. And now, he has become this.
How did it happen?
After the destruction of the World Stone, Malthael's mood darkened, and he left the heavens frequently. Then he disappeared completely. He must have developed a connection, no, an obsession with human souls. Well,
However he came to his madness, he's got to be put down. Death is meant to free our souls, not devour them.
Huh. It's almost like he was like, he said, well, however he came about to his madness. It was almost like he was saying, yeah, thanks for the information, yeah, but who cares? All I know is I gotta kill him.
This sliver of the Black Soulstone will reveal Malthael's plan to you?
The sliver is still connected to the Soul Stone. As the stone changes, the sliver will change too. Therefore, I can observe what Malthael is doing to the stone, and if we're lucky, even discover his plan.
Okay, just be careful, Tyrael. General Torian, who has one of the most awesome-looking helmets I've ever seen. I want that helmet. I want an Iron Wolf for a helmet.
General Torian, what was that Death Maiden doing in the cathedral?
She was creating an orb that turns the living into Malthael's death creatures.
Oh, I want that helmet so bad.
A single orb can transform hundreds of innocent people every hour, and my men report 2 more of them out in the city.
Soul Crucibles. With 2 of them, Malthael has an endless supply of soldiers.
Then I will destroy these crucibles and cut off Malthael's supply of troops.
Nice. I'm telling you, I want that helmet. For those of you who don't know, I'm a huge fan of not just wolves in general, but werewolves as well. So anytime there's some kind of armor that makes you look like a wolf, or like is wolf themed, I'm in. I'm in. Oh, Tyrael wants to talk some more. Malthael's Reapers.
The Soul Crucibles turn the dead into Reapers?
Sadly, yes.
The Death Maidens look like angels.
Their story is as tragic as Malthael's. Once the vanguard of his wisdom angels, they followed him down the path to darkness.
Yep. Like I said, I'm glad they're providing this, and that if you didn't know about any of this, even though I kind of went through some of it, but then again, I didn't really touch upon Malthael that much. But in this, they do. Oh.
What are you saying? This is obviously a demon's work.
Obviously. That I'm glad that in this act, they do provide a lot of backstory on Malthael and such, in case you don't know about his backstory.
Thanks for taking a look.
Ooh, consumer culture. So I talked to each merchant here. Do you have anything better than what I have, darling? No, you do not. Alright, let me move some stuff here in my stash. Oh wait, hold on. What am I doing? Repair and salvage. There we go. Did I pick up any? Oh, yes. I have a ton of Marquise gems. You know, look at that. I even have an Imperial Emerald. Yeah, look at this. I have these 9 Marquise of these. So, obviously, I was able to do pretty well. And look at the amount of stuff I got. Look at these. Remember how I needed just one of these to upgrade those crafters? I have 7 of these now. This is the kind of stuff I was able to get in those replay runs of Act 4. Okay, so the Westmarch Commons. Ooh, Urzael's Satchel. Ooh, part 3 of his journal.
I grew disgusted by humanity during my time on Sanctuary. When at last I found Malthael, I was not surprised to learn that he felt the same way. We will cleanse creation of the scourge that is humankind, and when we are finished, the tragic mistake of Inarius will be gone.
Alright, so there was part 3. Yeah, he and Malthael are determined to wipe out humanity because they just see...
I saw a glimmer of movement in one of those windows, but it was only the wind.
That they only see us with our, demonic blood from the descendants. So they are planning to wipe all of us out, and it's clear that they both want to stop at nothing to do that. So anyway, yeah, this was an episode filled with conversations and lore and character discussions and so if I hope that you guys liked that. If you're one of those like me who like the lore, who like the characters, there you go, and like the story, because I do like that they do touch more on the story in this act. But hey, if you're wanting more combat, I would say stick around for the next video, because we're about to go into another combat area. So stay tuned.